Hello, welcome to this video about the mod productive bees. So the way I like to do things is I tend to like to sort of go through the biomes. So we're going to start here in the snowy tundra. This mod adds a handful of these nest blocks and they will summon bees from time to time. So I've tried to do things in a kind of an organized way. We'll see how organized it is. So here you can see this is the Spruce Nest. And here we've got the resin bee, the blue-banded bee, the carpenter bee, and another carpenter bee. And you can see the nest can be placed in any biome. And there's two types of carpenter bee. We've got the green carpenter bee and the blue-black carpenter bee. And you can trap them in these things called bee cages. So I can just quickly show you how that works. So you simply take a bee cage and you can trap a bee like that. So for instance, that's a chocolate mining bee. You can see its type is solitary, productivity, weather tolerance, and behavior. So these are the 4 bees that are available, and in fact, these are the 4 bees that are available in terms of any wooden nest. And you can see they actually go back into the nests. So when you want to get them in the beehive, probably the best thing to do is actually to break the nest. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm actually going to break the nests as we go through each point. So there we go. So we've got the nest native to deserts. We've got the ashy mining bee and the chocolate mining bee. So you can see productivity normal I think is better than medium, I think. And then here we have the snow nest. Bee native to cold biomes. So there's 2 sort of categories. The bee has to be native to cold biomes to be attracted to the nest, and the nest can only be placed in a cold biome. So that's 2 different qualities. And here we just have 1 bee, the sweat bee. With the dirt nest, we've got can attract bees in any biome. So it's similar to this one, which had the ashy and the chocolate, but the dirt nest also got the leaf cutter bee as well. So yeah, similar to the sand nest, right? Okay, you can see one of the things I'll tell you is that I've placed all the different nests down, and I've noticed that I'm always finding the nether and the end bees, like this is a nether bee as well, always coming down to the beehives over here, enjoying their time over here. So now we're going to move over into the swamp, as you can see with the cornflowers and the orchids. Now this is the reed nest, so this spawns the reed and the mason bee. Similarly, the reed and the mason bee, similarly the stone nest actually has got the mason bee as well, and we've also got the digger bee. You can see they've all got pretty. It doesn't look like a lot of the stuff about them has really been categorized completely. And like I was mentioning before, this is something which I found out as I was making the video, that all these wooden ones will attract bees in any overworld biome. All would have the same spawn bees. Bees native to rivers and beaches will go to the gravel nest. So, and here you can see it was similar to, I think, the dirt nest, right? Ashy, leaf cutter, and chocolate mining bee. You can see, by the way, the slimy bee is done. Out of most of the bees that have actually gone into the nest by me making this video have been either the end, well, mainly the nether bees actually. But the slimy bee has just done incredibly well. You can see I've also got some upgrades as well. So there's various different upgrades. We can do upgrade of time, which will give a decrease in time spent in the hive. And obviously, if you want to make the bees go in, you can just set the time to night, and the bees will go into the hive. So you can see, and I noticed that like certain ones, like this ender bee, was there before as well, the previous night, and some of them also go into. You see the gold bees there, and the glowing bee goes in there. And then, of course, as soon as you do the time set to date, they all just leave the hive. And you notice even these ones I placed later, the slimy bees still and they produce combs. And the reason why this one actually had a comb block instead was because I have the comb block upgrade, and I also put the breeding upgrade. So breeding will obviously create more bees. So like I was saying, we just want to remove all these nests because I'd like to see if we can get a little bit more in the way of bees using the beehives a bit more. And I think what happens is they go in the nest, and that's no use to anybody, right? Because you can't extract. You can extract all this stuff with hoppers and all that stuff. So yeah, if we move now into the next biome, so this one, so yeah, this was the swamp. Yeah, I placed the oak trees because obviously the oak trees have got a specific look in the swamp, and now we have the river and the beach. These were just categories and things I noticed when I was reviewing the JEI that was said that certain bees prefer this, and you know. I'm not actually sure what bee that is. So that was the resin bee. Kind of a distinctive look to the resin bee there. You can see though, the resin bee literally went straight into, I think it went into the bamboo hive. The bamboo hive is interesting. It doesn't seem to actually do anything. Obviously there's a thing. I think there's a thing, isn't there, with bees, that bees, when they can only exit out the front, so you have to do something like this, and then they have to, and then like I think like in terms of like if you're working out a pod, they can. It's a bit like IC2, right? They can go in like 5 sides and exit out of 1, and they have to use scaffolding to do it for some reason. It's something which, you know, just as I get more used to 1.16 and later versions, I will start to adapt to it. Again, wood bees, so it doesn't do anything. This was the, but yeah, the slimy bee seems to just dominate basically. I mean, look at this. I mean, the slimy bee is producing like this is and then this is how you can make all the combs and all the upgrades as well. And you can see, also you can see this one's actually completely full of honey as well. So yeah, I would like other bees to do well. It does seem that like the bees which have got specific conditions about where they can actually go, they're the ones that are actually doing things, whereas the ones which are just can do anything, they're less likely to actually do anything but fly around. Like I find that you can see, for instance, this one's producing honeycomb. So yeah, so this biome is really just because it had wood bees as well in it. And then we can also move to, they do sort of, some of them require different types of flowers and stuff, and now we're in the nether. I'm not quite sure which bee we just, so we've got some crystalline bees here. So we have the glowstone next, attracts glowing bees, must be placed in the nether. That's the glowing bee. The ghostly bee is actually one of the few nocturnal bees, even though I've noticed they're all just flying about anyway. Crystalline bee is nether quartz from the quartz nest, and here's the gold bee. You saw that back at the beginning. Here we are doing the end bees now. So this is, you know what's really cool is that it actually, if you just change the biome, you get it like, yeah. I've always liked seeing the end colours with clouds look really cool, and the sun, of course. So here we've got some crystalline bees. Not too much going on in that front. There's also like a lot of bee breeding as well you can do. And so there's also some bee breeding you can do. So if you look at how many bees there are, there's quite a few more. Like the hoarder bee, for instance, is quite an interesting one. Yeah, item bee conversion. A bee plus TNT will make an explosive bee. So let's try and actually do that then. we'll take a bee and we'll take TNT and let's see if that will actually work. This is a wither rose and a skeletal bee. I'm not really sure how that works. Obviously, a lot of it is just breeding the bees together to get new ones. Yeah, I'm not sure if like I wonder what happens if we hold some flowers. So for instance, let's hold a chorus flower, for instance. Let's try that one. Or netherwort. I don't think this works as a breeding thing. We go down the end, see, I'll check on our ender bees. The other thing I did with the ender bees was, see there's an ender bee in here. I put in the anti-teleport upgrade. Yeah, but it doesn't seem, like you would think with the ender bee it would be attracted to that. Oh, I must have missed the magmatic bee in the nether brick nest. Yeah, I think that was the one nest I missed, right? So we can. So yeah, one nest I missed was this one with the nether brick nest, and that's got the magmatic bee. Interestingly, with the magmatic bee as well, is it will create magmatic comb, which can create in the centrifuge create magma cream. And you can also breed the magmatic with the sweat bee, which is one of the unique bees in the snow, to make the obsidian bee. So the snow bee with the lava bee kind of makes sense, makes the obsidian bee, which is sort of the most powerful, is a way to get obsidian 60% chance. Take a look at some of the centrifuge recipes. You can get wither skull chips from the wither bee. Netherite will come from the netherite comb. So that comes from the ancient bee, which is a combination of gold and diamond. Gold you saw is a natural bee in the nether. The diamond bee is an ender with a lapis. Lapis is redstone with blue banded, which we saw as a natural bee. Glowing is natural chocolate mining. So you can see as it heads to night, you can see the magmatic bee. So the magmatic bee, I believe, should be making, well, we can see what it makes. You can see some of the other bees coming along. You can see just how that hive is completely, this one's actually full as well. And you can see this one's, you can see, wow, you can see how quickly I only just spawned those magmatic bees. You can see they're already in the hives. Whereas for some reason, all the overworld bees, apart from the slimy bee, you know, you would think this was an ideal environment for them. You see, even the regular bee has gone into the this hive, but for some reason, all of the overworld bees, like if I just spawn any of the overworld bees, say like the blue-banded bee, right? This is just a regular bee. It's nighttime, so it really should go into one of the hives, right? So we're going to put a load of the blue-banded bee. I would like to see like these bees go into the hive. And just to be clear on this item conversion thing as well, just take that TNT back. Yeah, there's only only a few things. The withered bee, the explosive bee, the hoarder bee apparently puts stuff in the chest for you, right? It will store its items in its hive. So that kind of makes sense. But you can see that these bees, as we saw at the beginning, they're all diurnal bees. So it makes no sense when they're spawned like this. They've got an environment. They shouldn't be working. It looks like they're doing stuff, right? But what they're not doing is going to a hive. And they should be because it's nighttime. So I think like it is working in a way, but it's just that there seems to be some issue with how the ones which are not already assigned are going to the hives. That's just what I think it might be. Because the normal bees are working. I have multiple hives that these bees could go to. And you can see that the normal bees are already going in there. Magmatic bees are perfectly chilled in there as well. So yeah, we've got quite a few bees just chilling out. I didn't even make this one. Where did that come from? Where did that one come from? Huh. Oh, interesting. So because I didn't light up the hive, that bee actually... so that is like a bad bee that you don't want. Very interesting. So you can get some like... so yeah, I think I've kind of covered like a lot. It's not exactly how I wanted to do the video. I could just quickly show you the... you can see now it's daytime. They're all like left. Some of them, like this glowing bee, I noticed is it stays in there even when it becomes daytime. Here's the centrifuge. So you can imagine what you do. You just put in the combs, and it will create the items you want there. So you can see, for instance, a slime ball creating honey as well. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if I control if I do pick block on it. So it does have some. It does have NBT data on it. I was trying to use the one probe to read all the data because I'm pretty sure that these nests, they've got quite a bunch of stuff in them. But I don't understand, like, I don't know. I guess we could do some, like we're looking at to get the lapis bee, right? So lapis bee is redstone and blue banded bee. So let's look at maybe. So we do diamond bee and slimy bee, right? Let's try that one. So we get a diamond bee. We've got so many. There's so many like. Let's see if we can do a breeding thing. So we'll take some cornflowers, and we've got plenty of slimy bees over here. Okay, so there's a slimy bee, right? Just gonna have to wait for this one to grow. Okay, I think the diamond bee's gonna be. Is that another? Let me just get an actual slimy. Oh, there's one. So you can see the diamond bee and the slimy bee. I think one of these should be an emerald bee. Let me just check the one probe quickly. I'm not quite sure where that emerald bee went. Problem is the slime bee and the carpenter bee are kind of similar colours. What is that? That's the ghastly bee. Anyway, we're getting a little bit too... You can't just take them out, by the way. There's also the Inactive Dragon Egg. Dragon Egg Hive. I think you need to do something with this to make it into the Dragon Egg Hive, it looks like. Oh, that was weird. So that's actually another type of hive. So yeah, you have the beehive, the dragon egg. I don't know what the difference is between that. I don't think you can... well, one of the things I kind of glossed over was that you put the expansion block on top. Well, that did something. Interesting. I noticed you do get... I got resistance as well. I got another type of resistance as well. But yeah. Interestingly, the diamond bee also is happy just to go straight into the hive as well. It's kind of like, you know what my final thoughts on it really are? Especially seeing that diamond bee do that. Is that a lot of bees, like the slimy bee is fine and works fine. The nether bees are fine, work fine. Same with the end bees, right? They work fine in most environments. But with the basic bees, you just want to breed them and not just not do anything else apart from breed them. You may as well just get rid of them afterwards, right? Because they don't seem to... Like if you look at the, like, for instance, like say like the chocolate bee, it doesn't even produce a comb, does it? There's also the bee flowering section. Some of them do need like shroom light or whatever, the nether bees. Shroom light is a strange one to use, but most of them is like nether wart Iron Bee, interestingly, needs iron. I did notice that. But yeah, if you look at the centrifuge, the only combs are from... Yeah, these bees produce nothing apart from honey, right? Yeah, the basic bees literally produce nothing. That's why they don't go into the hive, because there's nothing to produce. So the only way you can actually... So you have to breed them. All right, let me just try to do like the most simple... Like, what about this? The Ashy Bee, right? So the Ashy Bee, what is the first thing we can get from the Ashy Bee? Ashy plus crystalline equals iron. Okay, that's a basic bee, right? So we do Ashy. And crystalline, right? Ashy and crystalline, we've got our one probe. I could have just... So surely now we're going to get something, right? Wait. Ashy, crystalline. Problem is they look so similar, it's very hard to actually tell. Doesn't look like we're getting the iron bee out of it there. Let's just try and make this like super, like there's no way we can get confused. Ashy, crystalline. Right? So there's the... I don't know what the glowing bee is doing in there. That was definitely... maybe there's a chance it doesn't work. You would think just the way that I'm doing this, it's going to work at some point. That, I think, is the iron bee. Yeah, this must be one, right? All right, let's just do a final check. Which bee is that? Crystalline bee gives resistance. But yeah. Just want to see if we get any interesting bees going to their nests. That is an interesting one, whatever's going on there. The Dragon Egg Hive. That I don't really understand fully. Not that the iron... Well, there must be an iron bee somewhere. I may have spawned that in. I don't even remember. Anyway. I don't know what recipe I just got. That is going to do for now. It's a regular bee. Thanks for watching.